Happy effort from your ball club, and I ask you many times after a loss, what are your feelings? What are your initial feelings after that victory right there?
You said it. It was just scrappy. I mean, we made so many bad mistakes late in the game to give them a chance to have a chance there at the end, but it was because we were just playing hard. I mean, we got steals, we got rebounds, we affected them on our press, which that's not something we do, and we just stayed in it because we needed to force something to happen. Our offensive possessions just weren't giving us a lot of good looks consistently. We got some really good ones, and then we forgot how we got them. But making some plays there late, I mean, I'm just proud of the girls for continuing to play. I mean, we went with 5 or 6 girls there for the last 3 quarters that just played really hard, just trying to win a basketball game, and just proud of the way we finished.
How big was the press there in the second half after you're down 14, and the press to me really got you back in the game?
Yeah, it kind of changed the flow of the game. I mean, we weren't getting stops, so they're back on defense every time, and we talk about that all the time. Is to make your offense better, you've got to cover.
Right.
If you can get stops, you can get some transition stuff, and you get the ball inside easier. They don't double and triple quite as easy and or quite as quick on you, and it gives you a little more time inside to make decisions. And sometimes you're wide open, and we did that quite a few times, and we missed some point-blank shots, which just blows my mind how many of those we leave out there. But the press, I mean, Peyton got her hands on a bunch of balls. Putting Mack in there on the ball, I think, affected them. Kennedy affected them on the ball, just making them have to put air under the ball to get it to either to throwing it back to the throw-in man or throwing it down the floor. And we got our hands on a lot of those balls, got some steals.
And even when you didn't get some steals, maybe forced some bad shots on the other end.
Right. They took a couple of really bad shots off the press break. And we tell our girls all the time that if people are shooting threes off the break, sometimes they go in, which Thursday night they went in. But sometimes they go in, but most of the time they don't. And they're all spread out, so getting offensive boards and those kind of things just don't happen as often. And so it affected just the tempo of the game. It affected their offense a little bit. But, when you dribble drive like them, I mean, we put them on the free throw line way too many times there late in the game, just from probably a little bit of tired legs, because we didn't sub very much there the last 3 quarters. But I think it affected a lot of things during the game. And then on our end, we started getting to the free throw line.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing what free throws do to a game. And we cut it to 2 midway through the 4th quarter, and we put them on the line 3 straight times by fouling them in the backcourt. I mean, that just makes no sense to me that you don't make them have to run something. So that works both ways, and I think we got some positive stuff from that too.
You mentioned the free throws, 9 of 10 there in that 3rd quarter. That was a big part of getting back in the game. And then 12 of 17 there in the second half. Got there 41 times for the entire game. But talk about the final 2.5 seconds after a made basket by Northwestern Oklahoma. Carissa Caples, freshman from Rosebud, gets fouled. She had just missed 2 free throws. I mean, what does that say about her character? She just missed 2. We know she's a good free throw shooter, but she went there with the game on the line and buried 2.
Yeah, I mean, she looked a lot more confident on the second 2 than she did the first 2, and that's just a matter of girls growing up and figuring what this game's all about. And I was really proud of her for knocking those down. I mean, those are huge free throws.
And this is a big win for this club, isn't it? Long trip home, get a win, and now go home. 5 of the next 7 in February are inside the Rhodes Reeves Fieldhouse and trying to get to that postseason.
Yeah, it's you get this win today. It gives you a bunch of home games left. Not that those are guarantees, but it gives you a bunch of home games left here at the end, and just one win closer to where we need to get to. And I mean, we're trying to make the tournament. And I mean, I really don't know what our girls are thinking about if we get in the tournament, and we don't need to be thinking about that right now. But,
right.
I mean, we didn't show it Thursday night, but I mean, our team can play with anybody in our league. Now, that's a bold statement because we just haven't done what we needed to do. But this was a good road win. I don't know if people realize how hard it is to come up here and play. I mean, I'll just give you an example. 4 years ago, I think we're 22-0 coming up here. We had just beaten Southwestern, a good Southwestern team, by about 35 at their place. 2 days later, we come up here and we have to hit a shot in the last 30 seconds of the game to get a win, and they had won, I think, 2 games that year. So that tells you what it's like up here. I mean, the crowd's not great today, but they got a loud crowd. The band's playing. It's close quarters, and they shoot the ball well here. So we got to be really pleased with coming up here and getting a W.
All right, proud of you, Coach, and Coach Jameson, your staff, and your team. Scrappy win today.
Thanks.
Congratulations, and we'll see you back at the Rhodes Reeves Fieldhouse.
Appreciate it.